me.
Okay. Chris Dempsey wrote a very interesting column over the weekend talking about who might be the Nuggets' new head coach. And he said that the primary objective is really getting fans to buy tickets. And I could not agree with this more. Where this needs to be up-tempo. The season ticket holders have already gotten their form in the mail. Do you want to renew your season tickets? He also brought up a great point. Have you seen any ads around town about season tickets? Really?
No.
Right. I think there's a reason for that. So I think they're waiting to hire a new head coach before they do that. So they need to generate some sort of a buzz. The fans need to believe this team can win again. So they're hoping that the head coach they hire will run up-tempo stuff, which leads me to believe if that's the way they decide to go, why did they fire George Karl in the first place?
Okay. So,
and I know why they did, but I'm curious to know your thoughts.
Let's deal with the question first. So the Nuggets want to sell more tickets, and to do that, they want to hire a coach that is going to play a style of basketball that the fans like.
Yes.
So the fan factor is significant in who will be hired as the next head coach.
That's what Dempsey is suggesting.
What the hell is that? That's the dumbest thing I ever heard in my entire life. The best organizations are run from the top of the organization.
Right.
The top of the organization is an office with a whiteboard and all kind of drawings and X's and O's and the best GMs. And the top of the organization is not the stands. It's not the luxury boxes or the suites there. That's not the top of the organization. If the fans are making personnel and front office and coaching choices.
Not personnel, but we saw what happened with the choice of Brian Shaw, which was bad on a lot of levels. First of all, he didn't relate well to the players, and that was probably his biggest downfall. But they didn't have the right roster for him.
Right.
What they said to Brian Shaw was this: we want you to make us a gourmet spaghetti dinner. And then they handed him a box of noodles and ketchup and said, have at it.
Right.
The combination was just awful.
Right. And so yes, as a gourmet chef, I can't work with these ingredients.
Right.
So you can understand why the relationship between Brian Shaw and his players went south, because I came in to do this. These guys don't want to do that, and they refuse to do it. So, at some point he decided the best way to go about it was to start sniping at his players within the press, and it went all downhill from there. But this question here, winning is what gets fans excited.
Right.
Style of play is a flash in the pan. Winning is a consistent thing, and you can't make your decisions for a basketball organization based on what the fans want.
But you're going to win far more games at home running this style of play than I think you will playing half-court basketball, because you're going to catch teams that are coming off the back end of back-to-backs, 4 games in 5 nights. You're going to catch teams that just don't have the energy to run up and down the floor. You're going to have a lot of those games.
Why wouldn't you just go out and try to build a great basketball team?
I would agree.
So to do this trickery thing where, we'll get you because it's at altitude and you're tired, that's not a game plan for great success.
But look at who they're looking at. They're allegedly looking at Mike D'Antoni, who likes to run it up and down the floor. Alvin Gentry, who likes to run it up and down the floor. You got to throw Melvin Hunt in that mix, who has proven now he likes to run it up and down the floor. I don't hear one half-court guy in that mix of the trio that of guys who have been reported to have been potentially up for this job.
Okay. While I think you need to take advantage of the altitude and how that can help you, you also need to be a flexible enough coach to understand that that's not a style that really wins you playoff basketball.
It doesn't.
So
it absolutely doesn't.
So while you should take advantage of that when a team comes in off a back-to-back. Heck yeah, run them out of the gym. I'm down for that.
Right.
But also have that ability to be able to go half court and have the cohesion, which we talked about when we first started talking about the Nuggets on this show weeks and weeks and weeks ago, that the front office, the roster, the coaches, those match together. Because I don't think Brian Shaw was a bad coach.
No, I just think he was bad with his players on the way he interacted with them.
Right. And
But then again, but let's be honest here. Those players were petulant children, too.
Right. So I don't think Brian Shaw was a bad coach, nor was his system a bad system. Just didn't match this roster. So they've got to fix that first. What are we going to be as an organization before they select a coach? You select a coach that doesn't match your roster, you're going to be repeating the same thing over and over again. And if you want to go with the up-tempo style, that's not going to win you playoff series. So you'll be stuck in that same place where you were before you brought in Brian Shaw. So have a complete cohesive plan, not allowing the fans to pick who your coach is going to be, because I want to be entertained. Winning is entertaining.